Well, after 56 league stage matches and one full day of break, we're finally in with the playoffs. The first qualifier between the Mumbai Indians and the Delhi Capitals, two of the best teams in this competition, squaring off in the first qualifier. The winner of this match will get a straight berth into the playoffs, the final rather, whereas the loser of this clash will have another chance of making the final if they win the second qualifier, where they'll face the winner of the eliminator. You're watching Sportskira's IPL series Power Play. I'm your host Prasen Magal, and along with me is our cricket expert Indranil Basu. Indranil, Mumbai versus Delhi, two of the best teams in this competition so far. Where do you see this match going just before we head into the playing 11s and the fantasy tips?
It's going to be one hell of a match for sure. Both the teams, they have done well. Top two teams, number 1 and 2, playing against each other. Last time they played against each other, last two occasions, they won one of them. Each of them won each of their competition. Each of their competitions. So it's going to be really, really good, intense for sure. Toss will be a very important factor. Prasen, who's going to win who's won the toss? Any news on that? Update on that?
We haven't yet got an update on that, but how much do you think it'll be an issue for the Mumbai Indians if they lose the toss, because their bowling hasn't come good? But of course, we've spoken about such a quality team that they are, and the Delhi Capitals as well. They've had quite a few issues, but they are coming into this qualifier on the back of a win against the Royal Challengers Bangalore. So, how important do you think toss will actually be in today's match? And what should the winning captain do?
Yeah, it's the only advantage Mumbai have is that they have been in this position so many times. They've won the tournament 4 times. They know how to play these qualifiers. They're not new to the system. They are so used to playing these big games. So the pressure is clearly on Delhi. This is the second time in a row they're coming into this sort of playoff system. They have been out of competition. They were really struggling in the league stages all throughout for 7-8 years till they decided to invest on youngsters, and the youngsters came good. They have a huge contingent of Indian batting order doing well for them. Bowlers are in great shape, but they haven't been so often in that playoff games like Mumbai Indians. Obviously, Mumbai Indians have that advantage in the fact that they lost so badly against the SRH in the last league game of the competition. And I believe they must have learned so much about what they went wrong in that game, because when you do all your mistakes and everything before the final, the playoff things would start, it's always going to be an advantage. And Mumbai have that. They know where they've gone wrong. They've got back. I'm sure they got back their pace lineup. Bumrah and the left arm seam, I keep forgetting his name, Trent Bolt. Yes, so they are going to be back, and I'm sure they're going to be in full swing. It's going to be really hard to stop the Mumbai Indians. You have to have a big heart actually to do play out of your skin, and Delhi can do it. They've done it. They've done it once, as I said. They've beaten Mumbai once. Mumbai have beaten Delhi once, so they're equal, and that's why they're number 1 and 2. Someone had to be 1, someone had to be 2. It's going to be what a contest, it's going to be between bat and ball. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Delhi Capitals have won the toss and they've opted to field. And interestingly, we've spoken multiple times about how their batting order really hasn't come to the fore. Chasing against this Mumbai Indians bowling unit, obviously I think Trent Bolt and Bumrah will be back for this game. But Rishabh Pant is in the middle of an identity crisis. Iyer hasn't converted his starts. Your favorite batsman, Prithvi Shaw, has looked very flashy as always. Shikhar Dhawan, Rahane have got half centuries, but will it be a concern for them if the Mumbai Indians put up anywhere over 160, 170, considering that they haven't had too much of a good time with the bat?
It's going to be concerned for sure, but you can't really bank on, and the wicket is good. They've been playing, and that's the reason we have such intense competition. What's the difference between top team and the bottom team? Only matter of 2 to 3 games. Well, that's the sort of intense competition we had in the IPL, and playoff is not going to be different for either for the Delhi batsmen or Mumbai batsmen, Delhi bowlers or Mumbai bowlers. They're all going to have to fight out there, and it's going to be one. It's not going to be easy for sure. For Delhi, for instance, as I pointed out, Mumbai had been around for such a long time in these big league big matches, these playoff matches. They know how to win. So Delhi is really will have to play out of their skin to win this game and straight away book a place into the final for Sunday. And any news on the toss, Prasen?
Yeah, Delhi have won the toss and they've opted to field. Three
There you
changes
go.
for the Mumbai Indians: Bolt, Bumrah, and Hardik Pandya back. Pattinson misses out. Do you feel they probably should have left out Nathan Coulter-Nile, considering that Pattinson has played a majority of this IPL? Or what do you see the change being made for?
Kuntala, I believe it adds a little bit to the batting strength of the squad also, right? That really helps. And we will always back the all-rounders ahead of the bowlers who can bat. So that's even Kuntala is like that, but his batting is sort of advantage for him, and that's why probably he's ahead of Pattinson. But overall, it looks a great team. Hardik Pandya is back, so is Bumrah and Trent Bolt. They want to get back to winning ways. They've seen where they've gone wrong. They left out the three cricketers, top cricketers. Rohit wants to be out there and score some runs and tell the selectors, yes, there could be some problem. We don't know whether it's a tear or a strain, but I hope it's a strain, and that's why he's playing. With a tear, you can't play. You can't even walk if you have a hamstring tear. But and I hope he goes out there and proves the point like he always does. He certainly needs to get some runs for his team, and this is a very defensive approach again of all the captains. I don't want to single out any captain particularly. Win the toss, opt to field first, get to know your target, and here Mumbai will on a fresh wicket they would love to go out there and enjoy the game and don't put too much of pressure. Problem with these big teams happens when you're conscious, your fear of getting judged really stop you would really stop you from playing your natural game, and which is why it's important. And Mumbai has really scored high on that count because they've always played their natural game. They've always allowed their players to go out there and show there's a culture. There's a culture to win matches. It's a habit for them to win matches, and that's why they have been so consistent. Team in the competition in last 13 years after CSK. Great toss to win for Delhi Capitals. At least they can put up a good show. Do your best with your bowlers, restrict the Mumbai to a score which they can chase. Anything beyond 170, 180 is going to be really tough for Delhi because these are extra pressure games. These are playoff matches. These are not league matches. So that's so important. So it's very important not to fear too much about getting judged. Just go out there, play your natural game. That's the best way you can handle this situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And Vinay Mathad in the comments is asking for the team. So let's head straight into the Fantasy 11 that we've got for today. Please do run us through the Fantasy 11. I think quite a few big names back in the side.
Absolutely. Quinton de Kock has been doing a lot of bulk of scoring at top of the order for Mumbai Indians. He's been very consistent, more or less. He's getting those runs. Rishabh Pant, as you said, he's really under a lot of pressure to score those big runs. He's not part of the shorter formats of the Indian team for the Australian series. So he wants to go out there and prove his worth. Hardik Pandya is back. He's not bowling. He's not bowled throughout the tournament because of his injury niggling pain somewhere. We are not clear on what exactly is bothering him. He hasn't bowled, but he's batted well for the middle order between 14th and 20th over. He's been a huge game changer for Mumbai Indians along with Pollard. Surya Kumar Yadav is, of course, a brave heart. What else can I say about him? He's doing so well. Someone who's getting dropped, instead of getting demoralized, he comes back and scores those runs and looks straight up to Virat Kohli and gives him what a reply it was. The way he played other day against RCB. Rohit Sharma, I would love to see him come out and do the stuff he does for Mumbai Indians and for India, that is score big runs. He's quite capable. Prithvi Shaw is not as good as the rest of the world thinks, but he still gets those runs through his flashy style. Today, we have kept it on our side. He's there because he could change things. He could get a rousing start if they're chasing a stiff total. His contribution will be very crucial opening the innings right at the top of the order with Shikhar Dhawan. Kieron Pollard, what a massive player. Is a towering personality, led Mumbai Indians quite convincingly in absence of Rohit Sharma. I thought he looked a little serious. He can really hit the ball, really hit the ball hard and get those sixes towards the end of the innings, which is so going to be crucial for Pollard to be there. And it's very, 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 very credible as a batsman. And he's been in incredible form. So we have to, that's why he's there on our team. Jasprit Bumrah is going to be the best bowler in the competition in terms of number of wickets he would be taking for sure. He will be the highest wicket taker. There's no doubt about it. Trent Bolt with his initial movement, he really enjoys bowling with Bumrah. They formed perfect foil. So that's why he's there. Nokia, of course, is a very, very powerful bowler. He's someone who's clocked 156, looking solid. As ever, he bowls straight. He has a lovely slow ball as well. He really need to do a little bit about his fielding and has to make sure he doesn't drop too many catches. Rabada has single-handedly carried Delhi Capitals last year till the playoff stages, till he left, and Delhi was all over the place. This time, Delhi would be hoping that Rabada would wield some magic and bring in some change and the sort of excitement which is important. And with the new ball against Rohit Sharma, it'll be quite a battle to watch right now within few minutes.
Absolutely. So there you have it. Deepak Pant, Hardik Pandya, Suryakumar Yadav, Rohit Sharma, Prithvi Shaw, Pollard, Bumrah, Bolt, Nokia, and Rabada. Indranil, this team's very interesting, and I just want to stress on one point in particular. The Mumbai Indians have obviously been a side which has looked very all-round. The strength is their all-round side. Their batting is good, the bowling is good. As for the Delhi Capitals, it's relied a little bit too much on their bowling. With none of their batsmen really striking too much of form consistently. So
Yes.
in this game, do you think it will come down to the Mumbai Indians bowling versus the Delhi Capitals batting, considering also that the Delhi Capitals will be chasing?
Yeah, it's somewhat like that. You're kind of right. But when you're playing a big game, as I said, it's not only the bowlers. The bowlers also need to, here you're getting the opportunity to bowl first and restrict them to good score. There's a lot of responsibility lies with the bowlers when you're in the first essay of the match. But overall, if they restrict them within one below 160, which is going to be a great job again, but still going to be a fighting total. But batters still have to go out there and do the job. It's not that you're relying completely on batters to for the bowlers to finish off games for you. It's not possible. And batters really need to come to the party. They have been inconsistent, and rightly pointed out. But this is one match you can't go wrong. You can't put a foot wrong. You obviously you can have a bad day. There's no two ways about it. They had bad days. They came back strong. They won the last game, the last league game of their campaign, and that's why they are the second best team in the competition. They really need to pull up their socks if they really want to go to the final convincingly. That will give them a lot of advantage. Mumbai have done it so well in the past, and it's very tough to stop Mumbai Indians. You start as favorite because you have you won the toss to put the Mumbai Indians to bat first, and it's going to be a sort of bowler's game right now, and that's why we are saying that will set the tone of the match. The Mumbai batsmen versus the Delhi bowlers, rightly portrayed by Prasid.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to sort of finish off, two big teams. Mumbai Indians obviously top of the table with their consistent performance. Delhi managed to get second position with that win over RCB. But considering the form of both sides, who you backing to come good out of this match and book a place in the final?
Well, if you ask me, I would really back. Whosoever I back, that team has gone on to lose the game. So, who's your pick, Prasid? Let me ask you, who's your pick?
No, I mean, going by form, I think it's hard to look past the Mumbai Indians, honestly, because they are an all-round side. And with three of the premier players coming back, I think it's going to be hard for Delhi to sort of put up
let's not read too much into that 10-wicket loss to SRH. SRH played so well in that game, and Warner was so brilliant. It could have been really tough, and they must have learned. And that middle over where they lost the momentum, the Mumbai batting, that momentum was generally given by Hardik Pandya, Pollard, and company. And Pollard was missing Hardik for sure. Kunal also got out early. Ishan Kishan, who's been scoring heavily, he also couldn't make too much of contribution with the bat. He was pushed down the order because Rohit Sharma was opening the innings. So they all must be hungry, but all if you look at the batting wise, on paper, Mumbai are really a superior side. Surya Kumar Yadav, Quinton de Kock, Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan, Hardik Pandya, Pollard, Kunal Pandya. I mean, it can't get better than that. And look at the bowling attack also. They have been really spot on, and that's why they're the top. They're right at the top of the table. I would definitely back Mumbai to go all the way. And like as he rightly pointed out, because they know how to play IPL at this stage of the tournament. Playoff matches, they have been there so many times and done it with ease, and they played really tough games. And Rohit Sharma is someone who won't let go any opportunity. He doesn't want to face any other team in the second qualifier. If you give him an inch, he'll take a yard. That's what Rohit Sharma is as a captain in IPL.
Absolutely. And I think everyone's pretty much backing or expecting, the Mumbai Indians to win. But for the Delhi Capitals to put in a good performance and sort of push for a spot in that final, what do you think they'll need to do perfectly right? Because I think the bowling's working just about fine. Just a couple of off days for Abada and Ashwin. But where do you think they'll need to be at their very best to challenge this Mumbai Indians unit?
The captain has to be his own man. He can't be taking orders from outside. That is the first important thing. Shreyas Iyer has been man-managed from outside, which we keep hearing off and on. And Shreyas himself has said he gets a lot of instruction. You have to allow the captain to be his own man. He has to take his own decisions. He has to back his own bowlers, like Rohit Sharma does. You can't be mechanical. You have to be instinctive. You can't preempt things. You have to be completely giving. You have to give that sort of authority to your captain, sort of backing to your captain that let him deliver. Let's not interfere with his making. It's happening with Delhi Capitals. Probably that's the reason they lost a little bit of momentum. I thought, but this is a time they've won the last game against RCB. This is the time to really show that you won the toss. Go out there with the positive set of mindset. Allow the bowlers, get your own feel. Don't listen to too much instruction from outside. That can really confuse situations. Too many voices can spoil the show. And that stick to one plan. And that plan is to restrict Mumbai Indians within 160. That's the best they could do.
Absolutely. And we've definitely got a cracking contest on our hands. Mumbai Indians versus the Delhi Capitals. Top two teams on the points table playing in the first qualifier. The winner obviously makes the final straight away. The loser will have a second chance of making the final when they face the winner of the eliminator in qualifier 2. But two very, very important two very, very important teams playing in the first qualifier. Just to let the viewers know, Delhi Capitals have won the toss and they've chosen to field first and they've remained unchanged. Mumbai Indians, on the other hand, have brought back three of the premier players with Bolt, Bumrah and Hardik Pandya coming into the side. Our expert thinks the Mumbai Indians might just be able to cross the line against the Delhi Capitals today, and we'll wait and watch if that happens. But thank you so much, viewers, for tuning into the show. Do join us tomorrow morning at 11:30 as we'll bring you the review of Mumbai Indians versus the Delhi Capitals. Until then, that's it from us, our cricket expert Indranil Basu and myself, Rasen Matkal. Hope we have a great game and see you all tomorrow.
See you all tomorrow. Good night. Enjoy the game.
Yeah.